What's going on, everybody? This is Dan French. This is another French Workbench podcast here on a Tuesday. We got a full schedule here today. If you guys have not tuned in, and if this is your first time, this channel is the most real and behind-the-scenes information regarding financing, real estate, money talk, entrepreneurs through on-job experience here in Las Vegas. And we have a full studio. This is Dan French. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my crew today. We're going to talk a lot about inflation on homes and how that's going to really affect us here. Everybody out there, if you guys haven't subscribed, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and make some comments in the comment section. Hit that like button. We need to see some likes on this video. Got a lot of good information. Let's get right into it. We have Joey Andron. He's back. It's been a while. Joey, what's going on, buddy?
It's been a minute.
How you been doing, man?
Fantastic.
Anything new happening? I know you just closed, didn't you, on a house?
I did. Yes, I just closed on my house. Well, you did the loan, so it went fantastic. Smooth transaction.
We tried. You know, I mean, there's definitely some things that we have to work out. But yeah, I mean, how's your new house? I mean, you love the area. You got some equity that's in there already, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was turnkey. I mean, the price has gone up. I don't even know if I should say the number, but yeah, it's gone up considerably since we got the contract. Yeah.
So we also have David Ramirez. He's back. We also got Sandy Geddes. She's back. What's going on today, Sandy? How's life?
Life's good.
Also, we got, his name is Preston Abel.
Hey, good.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me.
Guys, we're going to get right into it. So let's talk a little bit today about what's going on in the housing market. And let's talk about what's happening with the overall increase in homes. We haven't seen inflation like this since 2008. And if you look at homes, we always talk about this. This is like a weekly thing now where prices of homes are just going crazy. And I think a lot of people want to know, like, where are homes going to end up first off? We talk about, well, when is this going to stop? Also, is the cost of these homes, because they're going up so rapidly, are people losing their purchasing power? And also, are they able to even pay for all the other goods and services and things that they have to pay for on a daily, monthly basis, you know, right? It's so these homes, it doesn't just affect the gross domestic product of people buying goods and services and gas and things like that. Cost of living and shelter is going up. We had it was over 14% increase from last year to this year. Motels and hotels, they're increasing on their premium, on their rates, and that's affecting everybody. I mean, everything from, they're talking about, you're looking at airlines, those rates are going up, everything's going up. So are you going to be pushed out of the market where, you know, with all of these things going on with this housing and all the things that's going on with the increase in purchasing? What do you guys think about inflation? Because we started off with deflation, and now we're heading into inflation. And I think we're starting to see signs a little bit of 2008. Do you think inflation right now is a huge problem, especially for home buyers out there? David?
Definitely. I mean, we've seen actually the price of lumber has come down a little bit on these new homes. So we've seen a little bit of a fluctuation in the inflation. We're seeing some goods come down. We're seeing other things go up. So it's kind of a balance in the market, but we're definitely... Overall, the majority of the items are still going up in value.
Here in Vegas, we're having an issue where gas isn't available at a lot of these gas stations. And it's because there's no truck drivers that are delivering the gas. But it's not just gas. If you go around and you look at these stores here, there's not a lot of, we're starting to see where there's not a lot of things on the shelves anymore. You're starting to see some of the items that you used to see at stores like, you know, Smith's here and all these places, they're not showing up. And so truck drivers are now, I don't know what it is, but truck drivers, are they on strike? I mean,
no, well, they said during COVID, they all found something else to do. Right? They needed to find other work. So now what's happening is, before it was a 12-month process to get your CDL license, especially because you have to get a special permit for gas.
Right.
Now they're trying to shrink it down to 6 months. And they're trying to fast pace these people just to put drivers in the trucks.
Right.
So we don't have a gas shortage. Like you said, we just have a shortage of drivers to transport it.
Yeah. Where do you guys think homes are going to end up? I mean, when all this is said and done, do you think homes are going to continue to, like, I feel that there's more inventory, and the inflation part of it, we're starting to see that, you know, a lot of that information out there where inflation, I don't know if it's capped out. Do you think homes have capped out at this point and they're starting to come the other direction? You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, I was out there showing property this weekend with my clients, and they have a budget of like $500,000.
Yeah.
All right. So the only home builder that we can really entertain is a KB Home. All right. Now we're looking in the Southwest area, and now what KB Home is doing, it's kind of like smoke and mirrors, because they're not raising their base price of the homes. They're just raising the lot premiums. So you're seeing
That's builders across the city, right?
Well, so you have home builders that are every time they release lots, they'll raise prices 5,000, 10,000 on the base. Okay, sometimes they'll keep the lot premiums the same, or they'll raise them. KB is trying to keep their base price the same so they can draw more people in. But what was $5,000-$10,000 lot premiums in the Southwest are now 35,000 to 50,000.
Wow,
No
35 to 50,000 lot
And
premiums.
has a lot to do with the advertising because the base prices are advertised online, but the lot premiums are not. So they can
Right.
fluctuate that. And it also has to do a lot with the timeline. So they only release a certain amount of lots.
Right.
So they can control that by the timeline. So when they release the lots, they can increase them by 5 or 10,000 and still advertise the base price online.
Person walking in, every home builder does it differently. KB does a lottery. So if you showed up in January and you put your name on the list, all they do is put you in the shuffle. So anybody who comes in after, you just get added to the pile and they draw names out of a hat.
So are you seeing the same things out there, Sandy, with the same things with the homes out there? Are you seeing like the same issues he's having with the lot premiums? Like, give us the scoop on what you're going through with these lot premiums.
I've just experienced getting super lucky with my clients getting selected from the lot premium or from the lotto.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of people get priced out of the market very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And this is happening. I mean, KB does it differently, but if you go with another home builder, you get pre-approved with their lender, you get your placehold on that list. There could potentially be a fallout to where you can increase your position and get a home quicker. KB is like probably one of the worst to go into to try to get a home for it. It's just the reality of it because it's like the unknown, right? You just
Do you
don't
guys
know.
have, you guys as realtors too, like you have like your list, your top 5 probably of like or builders that are like, okay, this is a good builder versus they're not going to really do much, right? I mean, is that kind of how it goes through? Like, I'm not saying you're going to not take your client to them, but I'm just saying, going into it that this builder's probably going to do a little bit better or probably be a little bit more efficient than the other builders. Is that not true, or is that true?
You want to set expectations walking in. So if somebody tells me that they want a KB home, I'm going to take them and walk them through the process to see if that's something they will actually want to do.
Right.
Pulte does it completely different. TriPoint does it differently. So everyone does it differently. So you just have to educate your buyer and say, hey, look, this is the situation. Which avenue do you want to go?
Yeah. Joey, do you have investors that say it's actually a wise move with all the increases of inflation and everything? Are they even looking at that as an investment standpoint? Meaning, are they coming into it going, well, these prices were this way, a lot less last year. Do they feel like there's confidence in the market where they're going to just keep increasing into this year into next year and still get that return? I mean, that's kind of what they were looking at, right?
As an investment property, as a rental, or as a primary?
Doesn't matter, just in general. Like investors or even as a primary, is there a rebuttal coming from anybody out there buying a house right now because of inflation? And I think that's what.
I think right now it's more a fear of loss, and a lot of the high net worth clients that I work with right now are coming from California.
Yeah.
And they understand where the market's trending.
Yeah.
So they're trying to take advantage of it. So for instance, I showed a 6,000 square foot home in Spanish Trails today, and it was $1.5 million.
Wow.
That house in Orange County would be $4 to $5 million. So my client understands the value, and he understands where the values have come from, right, and where they're going. So now he wants to pursue that property. So it's kind of like where you.
What about buyers here, though? Let me say it's not California. Let's say it's not Washington. Let's say it's not East Coast, West Coast, or what about people here? Is there people here buying homes right now because they're
buying homes, like a lot of the local, like end user, like first time home buyer. They understand that, hey, listen, last year I was like, hey, listen, I'm going to kick the can down the road. We're going to wait. We're going to see what this market does. And now they understand, oh my God, if I don't make a move now, I'm completely out of the market, and I'm going to have to rent for the rest of my life if I want to stay here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Because the rents have gone up so considerably, and now the mortgages and the higher home prices, it's a moving target. It's a moving target, and it's moving fast.
What is the number one thing buyers right now? Because you deal with a lot of buyers. Do you have listings that you do?
Yeah.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, let's talk about the buyer side, and I'll ask you, David, and I'll ask you. So on the buyer side, what are some of the challenges that you see or hear on a daily basis with this inflation in homes and also the higher cost in homes with people moving here? What are some of the challenges you hear consistently from these people?
Well, it's just a matter of getting a property. Right, so each property will have multiple offers. And when I say multiple offers, I mean, we're talking 10, 12, 15 offers in some cases. And with these buyers, we have to, if we're pre-approved for 400, sometimes we have to look for a house that's 350 because we need that extra cash on hand
Right.
to bid up above appraised value or cover that appraisal gap. So that's the big challenge. It's just more competition, and that's what's driving the prices up.
That's the only thing that you hear out there that's just the challenge. And
Yeah.
and is it because there's not a lot of homes? People are willing to go to large extents that they, lengths that they didn't have before.
FOMO.
Are you going through the same process?
Yeah, definitely. The number one factor that I'm seeing is the appraisal gap, right? So people that are battling basically their reserves. So there could be 2, 3, 4 competing offers on the same property. They all have very similar offers. So it comes down to who has more reserves to cover the difference if it doesn't appraise. So that's the biggest challenge that we're seeing. And a lot of buyers, it's coming down to renegotiating the contract during the appraisal. But if you waive the appraisal contingency, you really don't have, any more skin in the game to renegotiate the contract at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing. So when you have buyers come out, right? And let's say, do you even take them out in the car anymore? Like, do you actually put them in your car and you drive them
You do,
somewhere?
David?
Well, actually, I do because you want to have that face-to-face meeting. A lot of times we meet clients that come from out of state. So that first initial meeting is very important. You want to meet them face-to-face, have a couple of properties set out for them, at least, 3 to 5 properties within their expectation. Get a good feel for what because it's also a feeling out process.
Yeah.
So when they look at 5 properties that you looked at online, pictures online, when you go and look at them in person, it's a whole different game. So they see the area, what kind of shopping is in the area, where's the distance to their work, things
So
like
you
that.
get them in your car.
The first time I
And you
always do.
drive-
I do.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a filling out process with the client. After the first 5, if we make an offer on those first 5, then we can, continue to make offers on that. After those first 5, at that point, we start to make offers sight unseen because they have a good feel for what's going on now.
Maybe the client doesn't want to make left turns into their community.
No. I mean, I'll have a face-to-face consultation with them, but I'll have them follow me in the car. But also, I'm a terrible driver. I'll be full disclosure. I've literally had my clients multiple times following me, and then for some reason my GPS stops working, so I don't know where to go. And then I literally had to get out of the car and go to them and be like, "Is your GPS working? Because mine is not."
Please subscribe to my channel now. Also, if you want to look at our audio only options, we do have iTunes and SoundCloud.